Hold on, I'm just putting my phone on the charger. I will be right there. I got a lot to talk about today. Tonight. I've been listening more to Gypsy's full videos, okay? Before I was listening to a little bit pieces of some of her videos, but since I really listened to the entire one, the one where Gypsy was coming in the room, it was like about 30 minutes long. And so I listened to the whole thing. There are so many just crazy lies and stuff in there. First, there's, you can see that there was something going on with her and Kristy. She then tries to explain it away, that it was something that she didn't know she could log into YouTube or something. So while she's doing her get ready with me, because she's going to Ken's for 2 days, and she's telling them all about how I'm going to Ken's for 2 days. And, when you get butterflies when you see him, I still get butterflies with Ken. Oh, it's so wonderful. I don't know what I'm going to wear. We're going to go to the movies. She wants to see a girly movie. It ends with, it wasn't like This Is Us. It was like something else. I don't even know. She said, and he should be able to go to that because I watched Deadpool with him, but I don't know. And what am I going to wear to the movies? And then she's in her closet showing all the stuff she just got from Shein, because I guess Mia orders a lot from Shein, so now she's following suit with that. So she got several pairs of shoes and clothing, and she's buying the shirts in a size large. She said she loves the off the shoulder. She's not even talking about buying maternity clothes or anything like that, okay? Remember, usually pregnant people, they're so, wanting to do that because that means they're pregnant. You don't even hear her talk about maternity clothes at all. The crop top thing that she did yesterday was ridiculous. So she's doing her makeup routine, and then Kristy comes in and is like talking about this thing that they had, and then she's like, I'm live. Kristy has a horrified look, backs out, and she just gives this laugh, and it's just this laugh that somebody set you up for something. That's what it was like. It was mean-spirited. It was like, ha ha ha, you got caught on a live looking like crap. Good for you. That's what it was like, okay? Then I guess maybe just feeling, knowing what she really meant, she tried to explain it away and say, oh yeah, there was something going on with the YouTube account. She was trying to play music. Well, now she's playing Taylor Swift music. Now we know how obsessed she is with Taylor Swift. And she wanted to go, remember, to the Kansas City Chiefs game, and maybe she can meet Taylor Swift, and, she's playing Taylor Swift music like crazy. And then she's saying, I would love to go to a concert. I'd love to see her in New Orleans. I'd love to see her there, but the tickets are so expensive, but I'd love to go with Ken. Oh my gosh, but they're like $11,000, and I know it would be worth it, but I just can't do it. So she's, what do you think she's doing? She's really throwing it out there that she would love to go to see Taylor Swift, and that's the only music that she's playing the entire makeup video. When she's looking into, thank you for that. But she avoids certain questions. Oh, we have few baby names. See, I don't know where everybody got this Aurora. I really want to know. Scooter, she has not come up here since she gave me this misinformation. She did say something about Aurora, but it was like there was other names. And Ken said he liked Aiden and stuff. That's before let's say she's known it was a girl since at least July 10th, according to a text message that's been out there, okay? So, but today, or the 15th, I'm sorry, it was the 15th when she made this video. On the 15th, she was upset that a couple of content creators, like, they ruined my gender reveal. They ruined it for me because I didn't know the gender. And then I did, but we had to pretend that I didn't because, well, these content creators ruined it for me. But then we had to just do it because, I mean, everyone in our family knew. I mean, like, Mia knew and everything, but I said, just, lie and pretend you don't know it, because we have to do it for our family and friends that were there that didn't know. What family and friends that were there that didn't know? I think everybody knew Gypsy. Anyway, so then she says, I let her decorate and everything for the gender reveal because she's got good style. But now I don't know if Gypsy saw. There was, I think it was an influencer on Instagram, and this fireworks company sponsored this woman's gender reveal, and it was a girl, and it is the most crazy thing you will see. I thought that the fireworks were misfiring or there was a fire. It was a shower of pink like you could not believe. And I bet you Gyp saw that and was like, why couldn't I have been sponsored with that? We just had these stupid little balloons. So, right? So she says, we had the balloons and then nobody even thought about the pin to pop them. How could you not think of that? I mean, sorry. So then Ken was trying to poke it with an earring and it wouldn't pop. So then we needed the cannons on either side, and then it everything was falling over, and it was just so bad. And so she says, she was, upset, very, very upset with that. Yeah, she was very upset with that. And so then she goes into saying that she's going to need, the baby shower. Like she's saying, like, well, this baby shower is going to be over the top because this gender reveal was ruined for her. And people start asking her about the nursery and why she hasn't decorated. And she's like, oh, that corner of the room? Well, yeah. Do you need to go over there?
I turned the AC on for tonight. Is that fine?
Do you? Hold on a minute. Sorry, I had to answer a question. Good night, I love you. Okay, so where were we? So the balloon, and then they were falling over, and everything was horrible, right? And then so she starts talking about this baby shower, but she gets sidetracked a lot in what she's saying. So she then begins again to talk about her and Ken. Oh, I'm going to Ken's. I can stay there for 2 days. So I stay at Mom and Dad's for 5 and Ken's for 2. And, why? Because I'm on parole. Yeah. Well, if Ken and I got married, then I could stay there. So I think what she's planning, if Kim Kardashian doesn't come through with a guy for her, that when her divorce is final, when I think it's going to be in the fall, that she would then have a quickie wedding to Ken. So now is she going to have to keep this baby thing going until then? Because is Ken going to be in a rush to marry her if Gyp is not pregnant? Is she trying to get pregnant while she's not pregnant? Like, is she having difficulty getting pregnant? So she's made this fake pregnancy, but is hoping that she will get pregnant because she's telling him, like, don't worry, I'm already pregnant. You don't have to worry about anything now. So is she trying to get pregnant? Do you know what I mean? So that, oh gosh, Ken, the dates were wrong. I'm only 8 weeks pregnant. You know, I don't know what she is doing at this point. But, or is he just so entranced with the money, we'll get another season. If you marry me, we'll get another season, definitely, of Lifetime. Don't you want that? You know, so it's just, I don't know. The whole thing is crazy, crazy. Okay, let's see. Let's see where you guys are. I'm not even looking there, and that's not good. So let's see. Hi, everybody. Hi, Gail B. Hi, Alicia, Kevin. I'm not even on the right chat. Margot, White Angel, Alicia Hassinger. Hi. Every time Carolyn says jip jip, my day has been made. Yeah. So the whole video I was watching was just crazy. All the while she's, you know, putting on all this makeup and deciding on what she's going to wear and showing her sneakers and talking a little bit about different names, but saying that we have some names. She hasn't said anything about that. It's what Scooter came in here and said. So I'm not even going to say that anymore because she hasn't said. I've never heard her say that. I took Scooter at her word, and Scooter. So anyway, what else was I to do? So she's got the Ken situation. So she 2 days at Ken, 5 days at her parents. She doesn't talk about her doctor's appointments. So weird. Somebody asked her if she's going to go get her license. She didn't address that. What else didn't she address? Oh, I watched another video. She said, oh, did I ever meet my, yeah, it is, yes, Cesari, is that? I'm sorry, I should put my glasses on so I can see what your name is. Oh, Cersei? I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Yes, Aurora is Kristy's dog's name. So why would she name her kid that? Tell me why. Help me out. So, anyway, I watched another video and somebody said, did she ever meet her half-brother Dylan? Oh, yes, of course I met my brother Dylan. Yeah, he came over and then he gave the Ken the thumbs up and Mia gave the Ken the thumbs up, you know, and I just love it. And then she's like, oh, well, when Ken first came around, Dylan wasn't happy that he was messaging me when I was married. So, yeah, I felt like, but then he was okay and they hit it off and I think they're really great. Yeah. Everybody, I was like, chill. Chill. But then she said something about baby names. And she said Dylan's ex-girlfriend had that name and she can't do that because it would be too weird. So then tell me how it's not weird if you're going to name it after Kristy's dog or the woman that you unalived. And another thing that I found really, really bad is I was watching another video of Gypsy's where she was with Ken and she was talking about Kristy and she was saying that they were saying that the grandmother wasn't going to be there or something, and she's like, Ken, they're saying like the grandmother's not going to be there because, you know, I unalived her. That's right. But Kristy's the grandmother. How stupid is that? Right? How stupid is that? And then she's like, because Kristy's like my mom, like the mom I always wish I could have. But Gyp, your mother didn't abuse you. Your mother took you to these sci-fi things, and you guys were in on this. And when you had an interrogation, never once did you say you were abused. Never once. So look at that, right? Can you imagine this? She unalived her mother because, let's face it, she unalived her mother because she was tired of the con. That's what it was. She wanted to move on from that. This was something they did together. This was something that she knew she could walk. She was a willing participant in this. And at any time, she was 23 years old. Let's remember that. She could clearly go away. She had a lot of guys, right, that were just going to go take her in. She could have run away with Nick, right? Got on that bus. Same thing. She was 23 years old. No one would make her return. If she called the cops, they would say she's 23 years old. You can't take her. That would be kidnapping. Okay? It would be. So she's a liar. She did it because, thank you for saying she's a ticking time bomb. She is. We saw how Nick said that her behavior scared him. How she would fly off the handle and be nuts. She is saying herself that Ken is seeing that. Okay? She's blaming it on pregnancy mood swings or something. No. That's Gypsy. That's Gypsy. That's a woman that premeditated her mother's unaliving. That's what it is. That's what it is. She is spoiled. She's manipulative. She's a murderer. She is. She wants people to forget it. And she is so manipulative with these men in her life. And she said it on podcast after podcast. She kept Ryan. She would throw him off a cliff but leave him there. It's the way it is. And a manipulative person like that, it would not be out of the question to use the fake pregnancy. And I think a lot of people know about it that are close to her. And I think she's probably like, well, listen, I'm still trying to get pregnant. She probably said, I'll probably be pregnant the next week. We're just going to say I'm pregnant. We need that for Lifetime. Lifetime's got to pick us up. Then we can have all these things, a gender reveal, a baby shower, shopping for the nursery, all of this stuff. And then Lifetime will be sure to pick me up. And then Ryan won't fight for me to come back because I have another man's baby and all this stuff. So we have to keep it up. And she's probably trying very hard to get pregnant. Maybe she's having issues getting pregnant, okay? And that's what she's probably was thinking, like, well, okay, I'm not pregnant, but if I get pregnant within 3 weeks, then I'll just say they had the dates wrong. The dates were all wrong. Some other crazy crap, right? That I must have spontaneously miscarried, didn't even know that, and I got pregnant again. And the doctor said it could happen when it's so early like that. So guys, I'm like 4 weeks, earlier than before. There's a lot of things she could have been thinking, she could be thinking. She's someone who says anything for attention and then blames how her mother treated her when it doesn't go her way. Exactly. You got it, Tammy. Exactly. That's what she does. Alicia says every time she laughs, I can just picture that brownie video and I cringe. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hi, Snow Remover. It's really disgusting, but so now the next thing I think she's going to be, she said, but I'm going to have a new fruit picture because I'm going to go take another picture with a piece of fruit. Okay, she doesn't say, I'm going to have a new sonogram. She doesn't say, I'm going to take you to the doctor with me and show you the sonogram. She doesn't say anything like that. She says, I'm going to take a new fruit picture. A new fruit picture. Hey, thank you, Snow Remover. Thank you for the 5 memberships. Welcome. Carol, you've got a membership. Stacy, see, you've got a membership. Boom, pow. That's... You've got a membership, and Sweet Melody, you have a membership, courtesy of Snow Remover. Thank you, Snow Remover. Okay, so it's just kind of crazy. So I think what's going to happen next is she's going to plan this baby shower. And I think she's saying like, whoa, we might not have to do the fake miscarriage. Let's have a few more weeks. I can try to get pregnant. So I think that's where she's going to be with this right now. That she's going to think, let me see if I can get pregnant. And then I think she will say something like that. It's a freak thing. Thought I was pregnant, but I guess I wasn't. I guess I somehow lost the baby and it was absorbed in my body, which can happen, the doctor said, and then I just got pregnant again, and that's why my weeks are off. That's why I'm showing I'm 10 weeks instead of 20 weeks. It'll be some kind of crazy crap, I'm telling you. But she's going to make sure she's picked up for another season. And here's the other thing I wanted. She said, when they said, are you doing the nursery, right? And she was like, well, yeah, I'm working on that side of the room for the nursery, but my crib that I ordered, yeah, it's on back order. So we're going to check that out right now and see if Gypsy's telling the truth about that, because we know where she got it cradle-wise, right? And it's the very up, scale AI or crib, because she only wants the best for her baby. So let's see, cradle wise. And then she said something about needing something for the baby, and she said, well, actually I need a lot for the baby. Yeah. And what did she say about something about needing for the baby? It just, things don't make sense with her at all. Okay, so let's see. Here we go. This is where Gyp is getting her very expensive crib. Come on, Gyp. Oh, it's on sale, guys. Gyp's crib's on sale. Oh gosh, Gyp. So let's see. You're very, 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 very. Plan ahead, Gyp, and save up to $600. Let's see. So she says it's on back order. Let's see how many are on back order. Let's smart crib. Order now? Sure, why not? Let's have it sent to Gyp. Add to the registry. Has a built-in monitor. It's a bassinet. It's a crib. It just looks so small. How? I don't think, a lot of children stay in a crib to 2-3 years old. It looks You know what the problems are I see with this, okay? Because the crib is so low to the ground, when you have the bassinet part in it, fine and dandy. But when you don't and you have to reach down to pick up your baby, and they're probably saying, oh, at that time your baby will sit up and then no, what if it doesn't? What if you're pregnant with another one and you have to reach down? It's like, that's like not comfortable. You think it's so high tech that it would have a floor that would raise up. Like this kid is standing up, yeah. But what about when your kid's not standing up and laying flat down there? They don't show anyone reaching in there and getting a baby out of there for a good reason. And it's very small. So, very strange. Anyway, let's see if this is backordered, Gypsy. Your crib. Oh, visit us at Beverly Hills. Oh, I bet you she found out about this from Kim Kardashian. How much you want to bet about that one? Okay, let's see. So where's our crib? Is it in the, did we put it in the cart? I want to see if it's backordered like Gypsy said. Plan and save. Okay, order. I want to order now though. I want to order it now and have it sent to Gyp. Come on. Gypsy, I'm getting you a crib. Let's get started to unlock. I don't know. I don't want that. Thank you. Then you'll be sending me everything under the sun. No, thank you. Okay. I want to order the crib now. I'm going to have it sent over there to Gypsy. Is this crazy or what? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try express checkout. Does anyone understand why we can't order this? Find a next door nursery to see Cradlewise. Okay. Book a call. No, I don't have to book a call. I would like to just buy this crib, please. And have it sent down to the bayou. Okay, well, you know what? Bye Bye Baby has them too, it says. Am I going to have to buy it at Bye Bye Baby? Because Gyp says you can't get it. Gyp says that it's back ordered. Okay, so this will ship by October 23rd. Okay, so it's going to ship by October 23rd. All right, Gyps. How come you didn't tell us that? You said it's not that. I don't think that it's back ordered. I think it's new. Let's see. So let's see if one of them is available. Are they all not available till October 23rd, huh? Look at this thing. Gyp probably wants to get in that thing. She probably wants to get in that bouncing crib. Look. how long can you can't use, oh, you can only use it up to 24 months. It says, yep, grows with your baby up to 24 months. So you're out of luck. At 24 months, you got to put your kid in a toddler bed, or you got to purchase a conventional crib. Yep, yep, yep. So let's see. I'm wondering something, and I just humor me on this thing right here because I'm looking something up here. Let me see something. Well, she's seen it probably on TikTok. But, okay, so she doesn't have to show the crib until, I never thought about a rain check pregnancy, but it makes sense. But doesn't she look like she's, no, she looks like she's losing weight. Fetch, go look at the pictures right after she had, when she was talking to Ken on the bed when she still had a bandage on her nose. Look at her there, and then look at her at the gender reveal. Okay? Look at her there. Look at her at the gender reveal. She's thinner at the gender reveal. She is. It's very, sus. And she's not even like saying that she's vomiting. You never hear about morning sickness. You never hear about, oh, I'm going with Ken, but you know what? Lately I can't, I can't eat this or I can't eat that. I feel sick, or I'm dizzy, or I get so tired. The only thing she said today is she said that she was rushing around, and then she said something like, oh, you get out of breath when you're pregnant. Pregnancy will, you'll be out of breath. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. What are we going to do? We're going to see. It's a limited time, okay? So, she doesn't have a lot of time. It's January 20-something. She's got to do something. Either she's going to keep saying that she's going to get pregnant and she'll have some kind of thing like that. But I think that she's mentioning this baby shower. This baby shower is going to go off. The baby shower is going to be very soon. Because Gypsy loves to be the center of attention. Oh, I know, but I digress. I knew I was saying something before when they were talking about Kristy being the grandmother, and that was the mother she always wanted. But what about, like, what she said about Didi? Like, how does she feel okay with that? Because Didi didn't have Munchausen's by proxy. That's not what this was. So she's okay. See, that is like really like a sociopath, a psychopath. Doesn't have empathy, doesn't have feelings, doesn't have remorse. Do you see what I mean? And right now she says Kristy is the mother that I always wanted. Watch Kristy cross her. Watch what happens if Kristy crosses her. Watch how quick she'll turn on her. Look at this. Her mother took her to these conventions. Her mother coddled her. Her mother did everything for her. And she had no problem. Anybody can have a goofy thought, okay? Anybody can have a goofy thought, but Gypsy had more than a goofy thought. When it came down to it, okay? She didn't just have a goof. She got the knife. She never backed off. She never said to Nick, hey, wait a second. You think we really should do this? Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe I should just run away with you. Right? Maybe I should just go away with you. I'll put the gloves outside. We need to make this quick. Let's do it tonight. I've already, she's already in her room. She's had her medication. I've made my peace with her. Yep. Fine. Sat in that interrogation room, sleeping like a baby. She wasn't freaked out of her skin of what she did to her mother. There's nothing there. And if Kristy thinks like that Gypsy has all these feelings towards any of them, I would say you're sadly mistaken, because I don't think she has feelings like that. I don't. I think I would be very, very afraid. And I would never leave a kid with her. If you ever have a baby, I would not leave it in Gypsy's care. Ever. The thing with the cats, right? When she was telling the officer about the cats, she never said, oh my gosh, the cats. Oh, do you think they're all right? The only time she mentioned the cats is that I mentioned something, maybe other people mentioned something, and then she talks about one cat being okay. What happened to the other cat, Gypsy? What happened to Pixie, Gypsy? Pixie, remember Pixie? You don't even talk about Pixie. When someone says, do you have a dog? You talk only about Ken's dog. Or you say your stepmom has a dog. You don't even ever mention Pixie. Pixie was just discarded, okay? And listen, hey, I'm glad that Ryan has Pixie. I would be scared for Gypsy to have Pixie. I would definitely be scared for Gypsy to have Pixie. But I'm saying it just tells you how she is. She just quickly discards, her mother. Her mother, that was her best friend. Remember that was bye. You're in my way. You are getting in my way, and I don't want to reason with you any other way. You're in my way. I'm 23 years old, and I can do what I want, and I have people, just like how Nick said he would do anything for her. He would do anything. She could have lived at their house. She could have lived at their house. Why didn't she do it? If her mother went to Nick's house, she would never be removed. She was 23 years old. She was an adult. I just don't think she wanted Didi there. I think she didn't want those cats either. But then somebody mentioned the cats, and it's like, oh, yes, I'm so glad you were so well taken care of. Where's the other one, Gypsy? Where's the other one? I don't know. It's, let me see if I talked about the gender reveal being ruined. Oh, and then the gender reveal wasn't ruined. Because, let's talk about this. How did that information get out? That information got out through someone in her family, right? Who was talking? Kristy? Because Kristy knew, right? And so did Rod. Okay, and then a content creator showed that Gypsy knew it was a girl July 10th. But Ryan also said Gypsy knew it was a girl. So now Gypsy is here rewriting. And, oh, they ruined my gender reveal. Now I have to have a really special baby shower. And Taylor Swift, if you're listening, Taylor Swift, they ruined my gender reveal, Taylor Swift, and I would really like to see you in New Orleans, but I can't afford $11,000 for me and my special new boyfriend that, well, I was with him when I was in prison, but then he dumped me, and then, well, I called him up before I married Ryan. Ryan's the guy that married. I'm like, Ken, I'm going to marry Ryan. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want me? And then Ken was like, Gyp, I can't, but I think you should wait. But he, gosh darn it, he didn't say wait for him. He didn't say wait for him, because if he said that, wow, I would have waited. Ken, why can't you do anything right? So then I married Ryan Taylor, and I wanted a dog right away, and I said a husky, because that's Ken's favorite dog. But no, Ryan saw this Maltipoo or something like that. Had to have it. Wasn't what I wanted, so I just left it there. And then now Taylor, please, Taylor, give me these tickets, because they ruined my gender reveal, and they didn't have a pin. I let Mia plan it. She didn't even remember a pin. Who forgets a pin? Who forgets a freaking pin? Then the balloons, the cannon, everything fell down. All my photo op was ruined. Everything was ruined. Alicia, I'm glad you're back. This case is crazy. There's no way the dog liked her. Don't get me wrong, Fetch. I'm glad the dog's with Ryan. Ryan is taking care of that dog. Really. Hi, Love Shack, Sarah, welcome. Hi, Fetch, welcome, Alicia. I'm glad you're back too. We've missed you. But come on, right? If anybody wants to call in and weigh in on any of this, you're welcome to call in. All you have to do is email me. I'll give you the Zoom number. You don't even have to be on camera. Because if you're as up to here with this as me, you might need to vent a little. It's okay. This is a person who premeditated the unalivement of her mother, and you have people treating her and going on to defend her as if she is this little innocent child who was abused by her mother. And that's not the case. The abuse was never mentioned during that interrogation or anything. And it's something that came about as her defense. Just like Jodi Arias used self-defense against, to defend herself from murdering Travis Alexander. She used a number of things, right? None of them happened. But definitely Travis Alexander was not abusing Jodi Arias, okay? That was something that, let's just see, oh, this one looks good. Yeah, that's a good thing. And it looked good to Gypsy because of, even when you watch one of the press conferences about the murder of Didi, the officer says there's a long history of fraud. A long history of fraud. Didi is what made Gypsy, what did it total to the people around them? What is she? Tolerable. Yeah, Gypsy knew it. Gypsy played a part. She played that she was slow, that she was like developmentally disabled, okay? She played that part. And because she played that part, they spent weeks in Disney. 3 Make-A-Wish. And when they got the last Make-A-Wish, she was an adult. She knew it. Now you could say, okay, well, when her mother put her in this scam, right? When her mother put her in this scam, she was a child. Okay. When her mother put her in this scam, she was a child. But here's the thing. We're not talking about the scam. We're talking about that she unalived Didi because she didn't want to do that anymore, but that wasn't what she had to do to get out of that. Because just as Didi was in bed, and Gypsy could be on the phone to Nick, and Nick could come, and they could go away on a bus, and all of that, they could have done that. Gypsy was an adult. No police officer will force Gypsy to go back with her mother when she's 23 years old. And if her mother would go forcibly take her back, her mother would be charged with kidnapping. 100%. So there was no need for any of that. But you know what? Gypsy wanted that money. Gypsy wanted that freedom. And Gypsy wanted to get out of there and just do what she wanted, like she always does. She wants what she wants. And so she knows how to manipulate and how to con people. And that's exactly what she did to Nick. Exactly. She was 23 years old. And then she went into that interrogation. She threw Nick right under the bus. He better not have done anything. He better not have done anything. He does bad things. He got in trouble at McDonald's, and I gave him an earful. And then all these people that enabled Gypsy, right? Do you understand that if you look at the evidence they had, I don't know how they ever gave this girl a plea deal. How? Maybe she thought this was her way out. To unalive her mother, Alicia? She could have done the same thing without doing that. She wanted that money. She wanted that money. She wanted that money. She didn't think she was going to get caught at all. You have to remember, Gypsy didn't think she was going to get caught for this. She thought she was going to throw Nick under the bus and she was going to get off scot-free, right? And then, see, in Gypsy's head, she was going to be this poor little girl that Nick killed her mother. Okay, forget the Munchausen's. That even if Gypsy got off and they arrested Nick, brought him to prison and everything, she, trial, prison, she'd just say, I can't believe this. She wouldn't have used Munchausen's. She's just a little sick girl. She's a little sick girl who she didn't know. She got on the computer and she found this guy, and I don't know, he just got me to do things. Like, I don't know what he did. He was just manipulative, and look what happened. Now I don't have a mother. Who's going to take care of it? Oh, don't worry about it. She thought they're going to swoop in, right? Everybody's going to swoop in. Don't you worry, Gypsy. There's no way in the world you could work. You're so sick. We're going to get you something. We're going to get you food. We're going to get you, you probably can't go back in that house and live there. We're going to get you a new place to live. That's what she thought. That's exact. She was flipping out when they were bringing her to jail. She can't go there. She's sick. She has all these medical conditions all of a sudden. But she had no problem bending down and looking under the door from the police interrogation room to try to hear what they were saying. She was full on aware of what was going on. And the investigator knew it. Like, cut the crap. You know your mother's, not alive anymore. And then the horrible stuff she wrote about Didi, right? That's the same kind of thing I see her doing to Kristy. And I'm not saying Kristy's any angel, but I'm saying I see that sinister, that I don't think she has feelings for anybody. Then that is exactly what a sociopath, psychopath is. They don't have feelings. I don't know why she got that plea deal, Kevin. I don't know why. They spun that so fast that, oh yeah, she's an abuse victim, this and that. It's horrendous. It's horrendous that she got a plea deal. Anybody else, she's lied so much. She said that the only reason she got like conspiracy is, that she got second degree manslaughter is because they didn't have it. She was an accomplice. Gypsy, do you know there's many, many people that don't steal a weapon, that don't do some of the things you did, but can be found arranging an unaliving of someone, and they're in prison for life and with the death penalty? So I just don't understand how in the world this girl got a plea deal. I really want to look into that plea deal. That's going to be my next thing I'm going to look into. How did that plea deal come along? Love Shack Sarah said there was a third Facebook post. She deleted it. When the cops surrounded Nick's house, it said, and the girl is, yes, I heard that she said that she was deceased as well, right? She is a murderer, Maya, 100%. Lori Vallow, she didn't kill the husbands. She had her hand in them. Yeah. She didn't do the killing of her kids. But she was facing the death penalty. Gypsy doesn't understand that the planning, the conspiring, all of that, Gypsy. Lori didn't kill Tammy Daybell. I mean, physically kill her. But she was charged with Tammy's murder and convicted. So how in the world did Gypsy get this plea deal? You believe if the cops hadn't shown up, she was going to take that money and run from Nick, but the cops showed up. She was alive. She had to get rid of that post. Yeah. Right? I wonder what she was planning. At this point, I don't even believe. A lot of people don't even believe it. He did say she's going to make me take the fall for this, but he would do anything for Gypsy, and he just thought she was crying her eyes out. He just wanted to see her one last time, hold her. you know, she always says, like, when she was talking about Nick, she had to obey him. He said to go into the bathroom. I had to obey him. He told me to come in. I had to clean his hands. I had to obey him. It's the same kind of stuff she said about her mother. You know, it gives her an out, like, oh, I didn't want to do that, but I had to. And all these little alter egos she had. You know, acts like she's so innocent that she still believes in Santa Claus at 23. But when Nick asks for the tape, oh, do you want duct tape or bondage tape is what we have. Bondage tape, but she believes in Santa Claus. Okay? And then I'll cut it. She'll cut it. No, just leave the whole thing. Well, I'll cut strips. Like she was enjoying cutting these strips, right? Not just saying, here's the tape, I can't even think about it. No, I'll cut the strips for the, you know, the ones you need for my mother's mouth and stuff and to tie up her hands. I'll cut those strips. Scooter, I have a bone to pick with you about that name. But yeah, I'll cut the strips up. If anybody wants to call in, just let us know. You can email us and we will send you the number. But, yep. It's crazy. It's crazy. And she still has people that think that she's a poor thing, you know? I'd like to ask these people, would you be okay sleeping with her? She unalived her mother. She had no problem. Like there wasn't even remorse. There isn't even remorse. Like she says these things, oh, she's the mother I always wish I could have had, Kristy. Like, forget, you know, the other one. It's like she has no problem lying about her. She has no problem any of that. And what it is like she's just like right away she's thinking, well, it's okay, whatever I say, because, you know, Didi's not here now. I am. And it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Yeah, it's not my fault because Didi got me in on that con. Anyway, I was too young. And my father just left and he went on with his own family and Kristy and her kids. So, yeah, then I'm just going to say whatever I have to. I wonder why the carbon bondage tape she mentioned was not at the scene. Was it not there? Well, she said she had both tapes, didn't she? I'm pretty sure she said she had both tapes, and he said he wanted the duct tape. She was into some really kinky stuff. She probably still is. She wore the leather dress on her birthday when she went out with Ken. Oh, and let's talk about Ken. So Ken was all up in arms because some guy appeared on a podcast and said that he met Ken on Grindr, which is a gay dating app or a hookup app, whatever it is, right? And so this guy went on to this podcast and Ken ran up there because he had to defend himself. I will say that I did listen to that part and I don't believe that guy. I think that guy is doing what Trent Bolt and that Amanda did with Chris Watts, looking for 15 minutes of fame, and I'll tell you why. Guy doesn't have any of the text messages between them. The guy refused all mainstream media interviews. Why? Why would you refuse them? If he says the only reason he's coming forward is to warn Gypsy that she should get tested for STDs because Ken was with him and, you know, on this dating site or hookup site. What if that was the truth? Why wouldn't he go to mainstream media if he wants the word out, right? When you blast it out, he knows that mainstream media is going to check into him. He couldn't remember the name of the hotel. He couldn't remember all this stuff. Now, I'm not saying that anything about Ken's sexuality, because just because this guy isn't the real deal doesn't mean anything about Ken's sexuality. Okay? That just means that this guy was coming up and saying this, and I think he is another Trent Bolt and another Amanda, and they're looking for their 15 minutes, and that's it. I don't believe it. So I listened to it, and my feeling is it's BS. And so that's that. On Rod, you don't like Rod? I used to like Rod. Okay, I still, he and Mia are the most likable, okay? He and Mia. But stuff is coming out about Rod, okay? From Didi's side of the family, saying that Didi didn't do any of this scamming until she met Rod. Now, I just don't understand how Rod, he had Didi, he had another woman pregnant, and he was with Kristy, all at 17 years old. So that's strange. And then Rod says, like, about that Didi kept him away from Gypsy, yet there's photos and stuff with him with Gypsy. So then he admits, okay, yeah, we got back together at some point. Hold on. Why didn't he take care of Nicolette? Why didn't he do that? What did he do there? Because I don't think he was very much in her life. And if I'm wrong, but I don't think he was. Nick was not the only one. She was talking, there was a guy named Dan, and she probably had other guys she was talking to. She was on these dating apps online. I think she was in those rooms too. Like, she was into all that Comic-Con, Vision-Con. She met people at Vision-Con. There were videos surfacing of her. Her mother and her were both going to those things. Rod was a deadbeat dad, Love Shack Sarah says. Maybe if he had helped to provide for his sick child, Didi wouldn't have needed to scam. He had 3 women pregnant at the same time. I know there were 2. But how old is Dylan? Are you saying Dylan was around the same time too? I'm wondering. And who's Nicolette's mother? Where is she? How come she hasn't come forward and said anything? Nicolette and Gypsy, I think, are 5 or 6 months apart. White Angel says, Jip got around by the sounds of it. All these dating sites and men. Yeah, in Jip, yeah. Why are men so drawn to her? I mean, I guess... Yeah, somebody said recently, they said, wait a minute. How is she in prison and she's got these guys and, you know, they were on the outside and didn't have any, you know. It's crazy. I think, Alicia, you want to know the truth? Ken is drawn to her by dollar bills, y'all. Fat stacks. That's what Ken sees. Ken's here for the money. I think Ken wanted nothing to do with her and then saw the Lifetime, saw what she was making, and she probably told Ken what she was making on TikTok and everything. People are saying she's making maybe 30 to 40,000 for a TikTok live. Okay, maybe she was telling Ken. And then Ken was like, wait a minute, I didn't realize this. Alrighty, I will go over there and maybe get a little piece of this. Jill and Didi were the same. Jill and Didi were pregnant. Okay, but where is Jill now? Ken definitely sees money, perhaps. Yeah, and then that whole Kristy thing is nuts, okay? That Kristy Ken thing. And there was someone that went on a TikTok live and said that Ken lives in the same building as her cousin. And her cousin tells her that Ken was kissing Kristy, as in having an affair, and he or she got a picture of it, and they were going to reveal it today. But I haven't seen any reveal, so more lies probably. Rod paid $1,200 a month in child support because he owed huge back debt, not out of the kindness of his heart. Okay. I heard about that. I was waiting on a video or a photo to be released. I know. Didn't see anything. What stuff, Alicia? Which stuff? About him having the 2 women pregnant? No, that's a fact. Kristy got pregnant just before Nicolette was born. Oh, okay. Because it's out there. They put this out there. There's been documentaries. Kristy herself is the one that has videos and has explained that she's known him since he was 17. It's a fact that he was with Didi when he was 17 and she was 24. Yeah, there's videos and documentaries. Kristy says, yeah, that's out of Kristy's own mouth. There's a lot out there, Alicia. There's also Nick's trial. You can read testimony on that. There's a lot out there. It's crazy. That's why it's so crazy. And every day they're going on and saying more stuff. Didi had to take him to court several times for non-payment, and he almost went to jail for non-payment. Yeah, sorry, Kristy and Ken sitting. There's something like strange with Kristy and Ken. She seems like she's into him. She like pushed him towards Gypsy when Gypsy was with Ryan. And then when they were doing a live, Ken and Gypsy, he's like, oh gosh, your mother's, no, not your mother. Kristy's messaging me. She's watching us. You know, like Kristy's messaging him. It was so weird. Didn't she claim to have her first experience with Go to John while at a movie with her mother? That was their first one. I think she might have said it was, but I think she had already been. When was she with Dan? Because she was with that guy Dan, but I think she said that they didn't have sex. But yeah, I think they did. Yeah. I think Gypsy lies. Gypsy lies. And that's another thing, the age difference. Rod asserting that Didi had lied to him about her age. Call BS on that. Yeah, Didi was 24, he was 17. And someone said something about, I don't know, I've got to look, Rod's father, and I don't know, a 24-year-old one does not have difficulty hooking up. She doesn't need to lie and say she's 21 when she's really 24. Sleep with a 17-year-old. Give me a break. It makes more sense that Rod lied about his age to Didi to get in her pants. Where did he meet TD? And how old was Jill? In her bedroom to what, Alicia? Let me see if I'm just going to check if anybody is emailed, because I am just going to check if anybody wants to call in. All you have to do is email and you call in. You don't have to appear on camera. Okay, so I'll just put that there so I can see. Is Rod the dad of Dylan? Yes. Yeah, right? Rod is Dylan's dad. Hi, Misbehavin'. What about misbehaving before, she says? But she lies. Yeah. Well, they are related by marriage. Wait, who Love Shack's here? Who are you talking about? I know this is nothing like the Watts case, but I feel more and more comes out each day. Oh, yeah, because this is playing out in real time. And you have someone that's, we know, played this tremendous. Her mother would not be dead if it wasn't for what she did. Okay? Nick would have been fine taking her away. But that's not the way that it went. Not their marriage. Didi's aunt was married to Rod's uncle. Okay, Didi's aunt was married to Rod's uncle. Okay. Side note, we need skincare tip from you. Not Gypsy, your skin is literally... Thank you, Fetch. I don't do that much to it. You can ask anybody I'm with. I use a little bit of a moisturizer with sunscreen. That's about it. Nick only killed for Gyp, as he stated. Exactly, Kevin. He would have done anything for her. If she said, let's just run away, take me away, get me out of here, he would have done that. Didi's aunt, her father's sister, okay, was married to Rod's father's brother. Wow, we need a whiteboard. That stuff, you see, I have ADD. I need a whiteboard. I've got to put it out. I've got to see it. I've got to see this family thing. Who knows? Didi was a strong MF. Hello, Sassy Darcy. How are you feeling? And Kristy's family is married into Didi's mother's family. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. That's nuts. I'm definitely going to need the whiteboard on that. The roots run deep in this family tree. Well, I have heard that there's like some, we're all chipping in for, a baby shower. Yeah, we're going to have to chip in because everything was destroyed for her with that gender. Yeah, I'll have to get a big whiteboard back here. Keeps getting more bizarre. It does. It's nuts. And every day, just about, she goes on and goes on and stays on for like a half an hour saying a bunch of stuff that you can go and check it back. It doesn't make sense. And it doesn't make sense about this pregnancy at all. You never hear, I've got to go to the doctor. Right? I wonder what they're going to do this time. How much weight have I gained? Am I having morning sickness? I'm feeling dizzy. I'm feeling this. Nothing. Cravings, nothing. She only talked about cravings when someone came out and asked her. And then, it was all she said was sugar. Oh, she probably wants Kim Kardashian to throw the baby shower. When she was out in LA, she was going to this very expensive grocery store, getting a Hailey Bieber skin smoothie that's $20, and Kristy had to have one too. When I finish it, we'll be happy to see. Oh, thank you, Love Shack Sarah. I'd love it. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that. Is she able to bend all the way back? Yeah, that was ridiculous, that back bend to try to show her. I think my brain can't handle twice removed cousins. Oh, I know, Deidre, that's crazy. Deidre, is that Deidre Realtor? I may have asked that before. I think Kanye did offer, but she had her teeth done, I believe it was for free, because she did an Instagram post about it, thanking them. And I'm sure it was. I just don't understand how all of these people, all of these companies, they think like this again. I'll ask you, have you ever seen any murderer? And let's keep in mind, she was convicted of this, okay? She wasn't convicted of it. I'm so sorry. She took a plea deal, and she admitted to it. So that's what she did, okay? By her own plea deal. And yet all these companies are fawning over her, right? And do you know anyone taken a plea deal or not, or convicted, plea deal or convicted, that's come out. First of all, they don't normally come out because in this country, if you unalive someone, you're usually there for life, right? Or close to it. If not, have the death penalty and no chance of parole. So who, like somebody said Casey Anthony, but see, Casey Anthony was acquitted. So you can't put that, but still, people don't want to touch Casey Anthony with a 10-foot pole, okay? She didn't have this big celebrity stuff. She's not here doing, it's not like this, okay? And she was acquitted, even though, okay, whatever, we know she did, right? So what's going on with this girl? And it's all because of this defense theory that she was abused. She has hyperextension due to the chromosome deletion. She's double jointed. It's a symptom of the condition and a muscle weakness, hence the wheelchair. It wasn't Kanye, it was Lamar. Oh, it was Lamar. Okay. Kevin was wrong then, Love Shack Sarah? Was Kevin wrong? He's wrong a lot. I'm sorry. She could be lying about being pregnant, but I didn't show. Well, yes, I understand that, Debbie. I was the same thing. I was underweight and I didn't show it. That's what I was trying to find this picture to show you. Now I'll find it. Where I had this plaid nightgown on, and I think it was December or something, and I had to pull my nightgown so tight and stick my back out a little bit to even show that there was finally a baby bump, because I never had a stomach at all or anything. I was extremely thin. So yes, I get that, but you know what I did have? I did have other symptoms. I was extremely tired. I didn't vomit, but I had queasiness. There were other symptoms. And yeah. Just not seeing that with Jip Jip. Not seeing that at all. Blame the plea deal to the DA. I think it's just because the plea deal was all political. The investigators were pissed. That's what I've heard, misbehaving. I've heard that. Somebody said her defense attorney is now her manager. Yes, I heard that too. Fetch. So maybe he had plans for her from the beginning. I don't know. How did she come out so with this following? And there had to be people behind the scenes helping that. Mine was on front, and I was so tired. Yeah, extremely tired. And, there's just... even if you're not vomiting, usually you're a little bit queasy, you feel faint. There's just things, and you talk about what's coming up at the next doctor's office. She could care less. She doesn't talk about that. She doesn't say, oh, the next time I go in, I wonder what's going to happen. It just doesn't. I don't know. She's not saying anything. It's crazy, right? Oh, Scooter's going to play devil's advocate because this is what Scooter does best. She does this. She's gonna root for the Gypsy. She's gonna root for Gypsy. It's okay, Scooter. It's okay. You can do that. You always do. Hold on one second. You can keep talking. I can hear you. I just have to get an ibuprofen because my head, all of this is giving me a headache. I'll be right there. I can still hear you. Yeah, I just, it's crazy. 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 Okay, I've got them. Yeah, like she does this thing with his orange juice and water. Oh, drink your water, drink your orange juice. I don't see her drinking milk. Pregnant women are supposed to have, because I know I'm not a big milk drinker, but for a baby, I made sure that I had, 4 glasses of milk or the equivalent of it per day because of the calcium requirements. I don't see Gypsy even talking about that. Hello, Oliver. Hello, Heartmate Wise. I'm sorry, Scooter, but you do that. You sometimes play the devil's advocate all the time. You know you do. Stop. You know you do, Scooter. So what else? What else has she... What else... She doesn't talk about flutters. Like somebody asked her in the chat, have you felt the baby move? Like most new mothers that there was, oh, I think I felt the baby move. I'm waiting for the flutters or something. Hey, thank you for becoming a detective rambler, Alicia. Good to have you back. But what about that? Why didn't she say anything? Oh, don't enable her, Oliver. Don't enable Scooter. She doesn't talk about, like, the pregnancy. Most people, especially someone like her, but see, I don't think she can really get into it because she wants to talk about herself and her makeup and this and that, and she just can't. Why not put a link up? You can call in. I don't use StreamYards, so I don't have links. I have to give you the number, and the reason I don't just put it up there is, if you get somebody that comes up without clothing on, your whole life could go down, and that's happened to us in the past. I used to have the number plastered on the screen. But if you want to call in, come on. I also reduce my stress, and if it stresses her out, maybe she should go take a nap. Right, okay. Do you want to call in, Misbehaving? You can call in. Just send me an email. I'd love to have people join the conversation. Come on. She takes a picture with every fruit but doesn't say anything. Right, and she said that, oh, it's almost time for me to take a picture with the new fruit. Because I know, we all know she's delivering this premature baby. Not the end of January. I don't even think she's Pregnant in Love Shack, Sarah? I don't. Gail B. So if you want to call him misbehaving, just let me know. I'm still thinking. Me too, Oliver. I'm right there with you. I'm right there. I don't think she is. Sorry. Like, yeah, every time something comes out, and I don't think she's happy. Do you think she's happy with Ken? I don't think she's happy with Ken. I think she thinks she is a celebrity, and she wants a celebrity husband. And I really do think she thinks like she'll go out and with Holly with Kim. You know, I'll work on this thing with Kim Kardashian. And Kim Kardashian's probably been told, I don't think you should touch this with a 10-foot pole. I don't think she knows how to be happy yet. Ken isn't happy. No, Ken's not happy. But I don't think she's happy with Ken. Do you really think Ken is it for her? I don't think it is. Really don't. I really don't. She's always scheming. Yes, always scheming, and it's just, I think her mood swings, and we're not talking because they're pregnancy mood swings. We've seen, like, Nick Godejohn talk about them. We've seen her talk about them to Ken. We've seen, like, stuff with Ryan. Misbehaving, please, just email me and you can come up. I'm sorry, I've been at this a long time, and I've had some very bad things happen when I just put a number out there. I agree about the celebrity thing. I remember the night that you predicted it. Remember this night that you predicted it. Hi, Alpha Omega. She has to hate Ken secretly. He crossed her. Well, he dumped her. Okay? And you're not going to convince me that he's not back for the money and fame. Okay, you're not going to convince me of that. Hello, BB Diamond. Hello. Ken backed out the first time. Yeah, he did. To go, what would he go find himself? But he was with another girl allegedly, and he broke up with her in February. And then allegedly, Gypsy sent text messages to a content creator, and she was trying to get them to contact his ex to show that he wasn't on a Grindr site or anything like that. It only took 3 gags when I was pregnant. Ken was in a 5-year relationship until Gypsy got out. Yeah, well, Was it 5 years? Because when was he with Gyps? When was he with Gyps? Was it in 2018 he was with Gypsy? 2019? Starting to think that's when he was with Gypsy. And he found her on a pen pal site, right? His facial expressions when he's in a cross of annoyance. Yeah, he's not in love with her. She's not in love with him. Okay, misbehaving. If you want to call in, you can. All you have to do is email. I saw photos of Gypsy when she was in with her dad in various stages. He saw her a lot more. Yeah, I agree, Oliver. I did see that as well. She even confronted Kristy about like the wheelchair games and stuff. He dumped her in 2019. Okay. He dumped her in 2019. So they were two years together. Okay. I'm starting to wonder if she would even pass a driver's license exam to get a license. Yeah, I've been wondering the same thing, why she's not getting a driver's license. I mean, she didn't do too well riding the bike. That was scary. And then she fell off and it was like, she acted like she broke her leg. I have no info for you. Oh, my email is all you need. If you email me, and I think the email's been put in several times, it says right there, email mommyramblings@carolyn@truecrimechat.org. If you email me, I can give you the number to call in, and I'm more than willing to do that. She doesn't know what love is. Well, I agree with that, Love Chuck Sarah, because if she is a sociopath, psychopath, she wouldn't even know that. They don't know what love is. They don't have feelings. They don't experience remorse and empathy, love. Like Ken worked all day and she's waiting on him to drive an hour to come pick her up. Oh, to go to the movie? No, right, to go, but she wanted to go to the movies, right? Oh, I want to go to the movies. I'm going to go call and see where Ken is. And I don't know why he won't take me to this chick movie, because I did watch Deadpool with him. She's been out 8 months and no talk of getting a driver's license. I wonder if she's allowed. Do you think she's not allowed to have one? Or she's not allowed to travel, to go out alone? I don't know. Does she have to have a chaperone with her? Is she allowed to go places alone? Yeah. Yesterday they were going to the movies. That was the 15th, so she was spending the 15th with him. Unless they're going to count the 16th and 17th. And I don't know how they count that, the 2 days that she's going to spend with him. But yeah, they were going to go to the movies was one thing they were going to do. Oh, and guess what? She said he's a bartender. They asked what kind of job, and she said he's a bartender by trade. That's what she said. He's a bartender by trade. That's his trade. Ken is a commitment, even when it's inconvenient, even when it hurts, like her mother loved her. Oh, love is a commitment. I see what you said. She has no commitment. Look what she did to Ryan. The heart wants what the heart wants. Do we know? I wonder what the conditions of her. Does anybody know if a driver's license or if she's allowed to go out alone? Does anyone know that? Yeah, Didi's sister's friends spoke up and said that they believe everything Gypsy said about SA, and their father was a lie, or her father was a lie, Didi's father, and that the money situation that Kristy and Rod have been, putting all that money in different places, and they used some of it to remodel their house, and they used some of it for another reason. I know that Mia got a brand new car, pretty spiffy one, in February, and then thanked her parents. So I don't know if any of the money was used for that. I don't know if she got something from Lifetime and it was used for that. I don't know. DL isn't mentioned. Oh, the driver's license isn't mentioned. I'm surprised she won't go get one then. Is she allowed to go up by herself, or does she always need to have somebody with her? You've never hired anyone who they're training at the bartending academy. Imagine you're at a stoplight and you see her driving. Yeah, a vehicle can be a weapon, right? Betty Broderick used it as a weapon. Maybe she can't pass the vision test. I don't know, Midnight. Somebody asked her and she just totally avoided the question. She totally avoided it. Chip is really pulling in the money at this moment. She is. If she's making 30 to 50,000 a live stream on TikTok, hey Millie. I only recently became interested in this. What a story. Hi Millie, good to see you. Yeah, I feel ya on that, Millie, because like I was saying that, I watched those documentaries when they were out, but I was like not really getting like that much into this. Kind of felt like, okay, it's Munchausen's by proxy and this and that. And it wasn't until that we started watching Life After Lockup and then seeing things there and then deciding we wanted to watch the Nick Godejohn interrogation. And from that point on, everything that we looked at, it was ridiculous. It just infuriated many of us. Like, how could this girl have gotten away with murder? So, yeah, I wasn't, like, into it from the start of it. I knew about it, but just, like, that's it. I watched the documentaries, but wasn't, like, immersed in it. And now it's like, what? She literally needed those bifocals growing up. Due to the eye issues, it is quite possible she can't drive due to vision issues. Okay. She still has them. I see the eye floating. Yes, she has that lazy eye. Yeah. Good to see you too, Millie. I don't know. It's very, very crazy case. She'll never admit it? Okay. My last stepdaughter, who I raised, has had that eye surgery for lazy eye. They had to have the surgery and wear an eye patch and glasses with bifocals, and she refused to wear the patch or glasses and had to. I think you're going to go on with something else. Let me see. Oliver. Betty did get a raw deal, but of course I don't support what she ultimately did. She had to have an eye surgery a second time. She stopped it and wore her patch and glasses and fixed her eye. Gypsy is supposed to be wearing glasses. She does have glasses because one of the guys asked her, like, where are your glasses or something? Why isn't, maybe she has contacts, do you think? Why wouldn't she be wearing her glasses? That's annoying like crazy. If I can't see something, like I wear contacts, that would drive me nuts if I couldn't see. Like just, because I finally need like reading glasses now, or like computers sometimes. If I don't have those, it's like I can't even function, and my eyes aren't even that bad because I have multifocals. So like, see, I can read my computer and stuff now. It's for really, really small print. I can read like a lot of stuff with just the contacts in. But I just have to have glasses just in case. Like it's like a thing. I don't know how you go on and you can't see well. It's like same kind of thing for me. Like if I was lost my hearing, part of my hearing, I would have no problem wearing hearing aids. I wouldn't want to miss out on stuff or be like, yeah, and you don't know what the person's saying, because some people are like too vain to wear a hearing aid, even though the ones they have now you can't even see them. So they just like struggle through and think they know what people are saying. I would hate that. Wearing them all the time. Well, why isn't she wearing them? She's supposed to be wearing them all the time. Well, she should be. Your 6-year-old just had double eye surgery for that in March. Now she's in bifocals that will hopefully correct the last bit of the turn. I hope it works out. My nephew had that, and his grandfather, my sister-in-law's father, was an ophthalmologist, and he was an eye surgeon, and he actually operated, which was, like normally they don't do that, but he operated on my nephew, his grandson. And then their other son, okay, so my nephew had the surgery, because my nephew and I are almost the same age, so it's like I'm remembering, but I remember when he had the surgery. And then I think he had an eye patch too, and I think he might have had bifocals, but his eye, then it worked. His eyes were fine. And then the younger brother, 2 girls didn't have anything. The younger brother, he used to wear an eye patch too for a little while, so he had a lazy eye. But then just he didn't need the surgery or anything. It's fine after that. I want Didi's family to sue her for wrongful death, freeze all that money, but they won't because exactly, about the grandfather. I heard that, love. Shaq Sarah, I heard that. And Gypsy, if you see this. Yeah, they're scared she'll go after the grandfather. I don't know. That seemed like weird because the grandfather had said the opposite thing, that Gypsy was touching people, wasn't she? Or like inappropriately when she would see them and something had to be done. Like saying like it isn't right. I don't know. You had the surgery and you were 3. You're now 43. I can't so much as even try to cross my eyes. It works so well. But with my daughter's surgery, just didn't fully fix the eye. I gotcha. You see this? Shut it. Your mother didn't convince an eye doctor to give you bifocals. You need them and still do. But how could she go on and like, how does she read all that TikTok stuff? And I don't know. She's scary. She really scares me, Alicia. I'm not joking. I mean, because I think people don't understand, and I think she needs a lot of mental help because of the way, like, if you read the text messages and Nick keeps saying, you scared me what you did, and yet we don't have full transparency on what she did that scared Nick so bad, right? I wish he would talk a little more about that, but then she talks about that she's just going off on Ken, like, for little things. That's what she says in the video. So this is what she's telling us. It's probably 10 times that. We've heard that allegedly that there's been problems between her and Kristy, and in that little exchange with the door, you can see kind of she's almost glad that Kristy got caught coming in the live like that, and you shouldn't be coming to my room. And I think what happened that morning between them or whatever was way more than her being able to log in to YouTube to turn on music. I think it was something more than that. And I think there's a lot more happening. And I think that Kristy's involvement in Gypsy is very self-serving. Okay? Because Kristy's getting a lot of attention, and Kristy was getting a lot of attention by certain creators who, you know, they thought, oh, I have this inroad with Kristy, and then Kristy was, you know, on the episodes, right? And so I think it was all very self-serving. I don't think the pregnancy is giving her the moods. Yes, I don't think so either. That's just everyday jip. Exactly. She's way too far gone. She's not a sociopath. She's a sadistic psychopath. Yeah. I remember when she was eating with Ryan, and okay, so there's people I've seen in my life. I think we all have, right? People that are just like, something's wrong with them. And they're like so, I don't know, they have that little smirk when they do something. And they're just so smug, but they're mean. Maybe we've seen it a lot as like kids, other kids, like just, it seems like even when you think that, oh, wait a minute, they might have some empathy and they might be turning over a new leaf, they'll stab you again right in the back, right? And they just have this certain look to them, okay? It's this smirky littleness, this look. And Gypsy has that. And I see it in Gypsy, and I see it a number of times. I've seen it with her and Ryan. I've seen it with her and Kristy. I see it with her talking about Ken. And I see that. So, no, I would not leave her alone with my dog. I wouldn't leave her alone with anything. I really wouldn't. I don't trust her. But I see that's like when she said to Ken, like, oh, well, the baby will get my hair. And then she was like, that's good. It won't have Ken's hair. And then she was like, that's okay. We can do that. We can like, there's a look to her when she says this stuff. Because they're getting over on everyone. That's the smirk. Yeah, but there's also like a really, because I think they are one sociopath or a psychopath. that does that. I really do. Because I think I know this sounds like really bad, but because I've seen this in kids, okay? And I've seen them do it like to their siblings. And being a kid myself at the time and seeing it, like you're like, wow, like you just know something's off with that person. And then you may think like, okay, 2 years down the line, they start acting real nice to you and you think, okay, great, we're going to be good friends now. And then it's the same thing. And then you see these people grow up. And it's literally the same thing. So I think that 100%, like, they're a sociopath, they're a psychopath, really, because they don't have the normal empathy that any other, like, human being should have for someone. And they can literally hurt someone, then manipulate the situation, pretend they like it. It's just... I see that in Gypsy. I see that look. It's a look. And it's more than just a smirk, okay? Because someone could do something and smirk, but they're not like this psychopath, okay? There could be someone that gets over on something and just has a smirk. That doesn't mean that they're that. It's something beyond the smirk. It's the smirking with a whole bunch of other behaviors and the way they act. And it's horrendous. So, it's a predator looking at, she has a devious smirk look. Yeah. So when Kristy did the door, like she just gets this look. When she talked about Ken, and then like thinking like, oh my gosh, they must be thinking, Gypsy, why are you making fun of your baby's father like this? And remember, this is like a brand new boyfriend, pretty much, okay? Why would you do that already? She then got very defensive and said, oh, it's okay, we can make fun of him or something, and it had it again. And she had it with Ryan. Remember when Ryan was in the kitchen? Oh, she did it numerous times with Ryan. I would love to go and show the exact time she did this, because I'll tell you. Remember when he said she called, I don't know whether it was her sister or Kristy, and you told them all about our fight, and they're like folding something on the couch. Does anybody remember this? And she's just like such a little, you almost want to say it, such a little a-hole, okay? Because there are people that do that kind of stuff. Like, again, not everyone that does that is a really evil sociopath or psychopath, okay? Some people may have a couple of times they do something like that to get under someone's skin, especially siblings and things like that. But it doesn't mean they're like this. She's like this, okay? It's, hey, Ruth Ann. Yeah, it's really bad, Ruth Ann. But who remembers when Ryan said, you called them and told them about our fight? And she's like, yep. I did. Like she's right there and she's enjoying it so much, telling him that she told them about their argument or whatever it was, which was nothing like crazy. And then she said, he acted very nice. Like he didn't fly off the handle. He just said, well, it really wasn't much of anything, right. And I'm going to tell them. And then she was in the kitchen and she was recording it. It was almost like an Amber Heard moment. I'm trying to think if she was recording it, right? And she said because she had to show it to someone, she was either on the phone or recording it. And he's like, what are you doing? And you could tell she was just completely acting for the thing, right? Completely. There's something like horses part of the experience. Hi, Tessa. And he was like, well, why are you doing this? And she's like, well, I didn't do anything, and I want them to see how you're reacting to this, you know. And she enjoyed telling Ryan all the time that her old boyfriends were contacting her, or when she said things about social media, she said, oh, I wonder if any of my old boyfriends, or like she was always trying to get a rise out of Ryan. I guarantee you she's doing the same thing with Ken. She started by saying that Ryan was contacting her when she was getting back with Ken. And I believe she's doing it all the more. It's constant. Like, she just wants to keep these guys, and she feels like this is her power over them because she doesn't have real emotions and feelings. So this manipulation that she does gives her this like power. It probably gives her, you know, like serotonin high or something. You know what I mean? And since she doesn't have regular feelings, and that's why I think she made such a big deal about the butterflies, I didn't feel it was genuine. The butterflies. I felt that was a manipulation. I felt that she had heard that from somewhere or thought she was supposed to feel that, and that's why she had to tell them. Oh, you know, when Ken and I don't see each other and then I see him, you know what, you get those things in your stomach? They're like butterflies. Does anybody get that? Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's all manipulation. I don't think she feels any butterflies when she sees Ken. I don't think she loves Ken. Millie, I have always said anyone in her path needs to be aware, very aware she doesn't play. No, she doesn't play. I would be very scared. Very, very scared. Hi, Soul Souffle. A souffle? What's a souffle? If you know, you know. You know the old Toys R Us commercial. How could you close your eyes? I don't know. I don't know. I would never trust her. She lies so much and all this stuff with these guys. And when she asked if she missed her mother, she paused, then she smirked, chuckled, gathered herself and said she couldn't contain the image of her dead mother. I bet you she looks at the pictures. Probably, because she cleaned, you know, it all up, and I don't think she said, remember that, and again, that was a manipulation, that she said she was too squeamish to do this, and he didn't use the word squeamish, he used like skittish, I think Nick did, to do it. Nothing wonderful about a psychopath. Yeah, Ruth Ann, I don't think there is a baby. I think this is a farce. I don't know whether she's planning, trying to get pregnant in the meantime. And I don't know. I believe Ken's back for her to get even. He dumped her and bruised that narc ego of hers. He's very much in danger. Yeah, he is. He is. Uh-oh, turn your camera off, Scooter. Everyone can see you. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about her, like, the more we watch that series, like she always, you know what she said? Okay, here's the thing. When she went to that bounce place with Ryan, and they were eating, and she was mean. She was just being mean, and she knew like how Ryan like would do anything for her. Again, a guy that would do anything for her, right? He was so enamored by her. He told her like, you don't need to change yourself at all. You're beautiful. You're hot. I love you. Like, he never told her get any work done or this or that, right? He would have taken her with the teeth the way they are, her face the way it is, all of that. And so they're at the place, and you know, he asks her, I think that's when he said, would you marry me? You know, because then she didn't want, they were going to have that ceremony, right? A good ceremony. But there, what was I going to say that she said there that was crazy? That, oh yeah. She turned it around and said like, she doesn't like when Ryan says something and then he says, oh, I'm just kidding. And it was mostly about Ken or something, or she said something about the family. But then it was very like benign, okay? It wasn't anything that was like crazy serious, but she made it sound like it was so bad. And she's like, and then you say like, okay, well, you're kidding. And that reminds me of my mother or something. She said it was her mother did that, right? So, and then she used that again in the kitchen and said, you're trying to be controlling like my mother, right? And this conjured up Casey Anthony, Meghan Markle. Missed that? Amber Heard. Hatred, anger, negative, and others. Priscilla Presley? Really? Okay, so, something. Nightbot went nuts on. That's probably what did Nightbot do that for? Let's see. Let me read your message because Nightbot went. Fake ultrasounds, yeah. Nightbot deleted your comment, Tessa. I don't know why. I'm reading it now, though. You said, I Googled online and you can order and customize fake ultrasounds to look like... Oh, yeah, you definitely can. But I've never seen an ultrasound with no name on it. Okay, so here's my thing. I think those ultrasounds, I think those are a photography prop, okay? Photographers use props. I think that's a prop. So I think that's why there's no name on them. I think that's a prop. But why did Ken say, don't turn that ultrasound towards the camera? And why hadn't they had another one? Because in order for that genetic testing, that non-invasive pregnancy testing, you need to have another ultrasound. And by that time, the ultrasound is pretty detailed, even if it's, because say between 10 and 12 weeks, because I even had one for Luke, and it is very detailed. And by 13 weeks, you can see, fingers, toes. It's amazing how much you can see. And now, it just gets better and better. So she was saying that she wanted another one because it was a blob or something, looked like a blob. And it shouldn't have. She should have had a well-defined one by then. He had a valid argument. He didn't want their sex business, family business. Exactly. I agree, Love Shack Sarah. And I think he was very calm. And then when she was acting like a big baby, when she told him that the parole officer told her to delete all of her social media, and anybody would have said, well, wait a minute. But that's revenue. Because she didn't have a freaking job. That was her job. And so when she was going, all you care about is money. Okay. Then get your parents to pay your way. She was such a little brat. But he then says, okay, Okay, delete it. But how about just pull the money out that's already there, right? No, because she's Gypsy Rose, Ryan can keep paying for her, or somebody else can pay for her. But you know what? It doesn't matter. She's very spoiled. And then I can't even understand how she told Nick basically that she was very high maintenance and she had all name brand clothes in the closet. Now, Gypsy Rose dressed crazy, okay? I mean, she didn't dress. I'm sorry. The things that girl wore, like a knit Charlotte Hornets hat with some floral dress that didn't look like anything special. She didn't dress like she had all of these great clothes. So, where were these great clothes? When were they used? When did she wear them around the house when she wasn't going out and acting like she was special needs? Really, she played that part, that there was something developmentally disabled about her. Her speech, everything. She was playing that and dressing like that. That was not designer clothing like she was telling Nick. So either she was lying to Nick completely and trying to say, listen, when we get out of here, I'm going to need all designer clothing because that's the way I am. I don't know. I just don't know why she said that. In the real world, we don't always get our way. She was never taught this. Yeah, she's just... Hi, Amy. She's just something. I mean, between the Life After Lockup stuff we've seen, and I think I want to watch that Life After Lockup. I want to watch it all over again. I'm not sure that I want to watch the act again because I feel like they had it all wrong. So I don't need that. But I may watch Mommy Dead and Dearest again only because that has like some of the real family in there, right? And real footage. But I do want to watch Life After Lockup again another time, knowing because I know in like the first few episodes we hadn't gone through the interrogation and all of that stuff. And I want to see about these I want to watch the way like she interacts with Ryan and stuff, some of the stuff she said, because she just turned it around on him and like, oh, you're being too controlling, oh, you're not nice, oh, you shouldn't say that, and then say you're kidding, it's too much. Like she acted like, oh, little frail Gypsy can't handle it. But meanwhile, she can go crazy on people, right? You watch that, and I'm left with so many questions. The Life After Lockup, Millie? Yeah. As far as the manipulation, remember when Nick was hesitant? And she said, in her mind, if she had sex with another guy, that she's... Oh, yeah. When she asked him, would you mind, basically? And where do you think she was? Remember when he was coming into town and she was saying, oh, yeah, well, I didn't answer, I was away. Or, but what would you say if I just wanted to be with one guy before we left, right? I think she definitely was talking with other guys. I think she was going around. I think she was not, she wants you to think she was a prisoner in this house. And I don't think she was. I think when DJ went to bed and stuff, she did everything. We've seen her lie She told the investigators at first she never was on a laptop. She didn't know how to get on the internet, right? Well, then she used Didi's laptop. And then all this stuff. Come on. Hi, voices. So, I just, there's so much here to unpack. But I think I definitely want to go through life after lockup again. And I probably will take some notes this time on just some things because, man, I feel sorry for Ryan. I really do. I feel sorry for him. And I hope that he finds someone good. Okay? Because he deserves that. And Pixie deserves that. And I think he's hurt so much by what's going on, but I would like him to feel like somebody that really loves him, who he loves, because Gypsy was incapable of that. Gypsy was just using him. And it's really sad, like, to see him so upset, and he was crying like that, and she could care less. No, she couldn't care less. She cares as she mastered that. Oh, Dr. Phil. She never was a prisoner. Right. Have those BDSM pictures were taken in the living room of the Habit House. Wow. Her plan was, her plea was cut before law enforcement had finished their investigation. But what? Facts were so bad, they begged the DA not to give her a plea. Why did he give her the plea, though? Why? I wash my hands of Ryan. I just want him to go, just go on and be happy. I love sex, Sarah. Just politics. The ultrasound pics did have names and details on them. Zoom in, you can see them. Although they make them out with a name, the ultrasound was done at 8 weeks, according to Gypsy and Ken. But she would have had to have more, okay? For that test, she would have. And being that they didn't, it's crazy. The DA was up for re-election. Never seen her cry real tears. Yeah, well, she was starting to do that about the gender reveal today, to try to be like, oh, the gender reveal. It was, she's like, content creators should not be able to say that about someone's child, and they shouldn't be able to do that. Okay, I don't think it's good anyway. I don't think, I wouldn't do that. Let's just say, somebody told me about their grandchild. I wouldn't reveal that. I just wouldn't do that. But, Gypsy, can I ask you something? Who did you give the envelope or whatever to know the gender? We know that it was Kristy and it was Rod. So, those are the people that gave the information out, right? Yeah. So they're equally responsible. And it seems like you guys had no problem with that. You knew it. But now it's like, now you want to say, oh, it was a big deal. Now I need a better baby shower. We're going to have to do it right away. Maybe because people don't normally have baby showers as this early, but I think she wants it for the show and everything. So that's going to be the big push why they're having the baby shower early. Because Kristy found the suggestion of Munchausen's by one doctor and ran with it. Asked Kristy why she didn't show all the records to the attorneys. She knows why. Uh-huh. Okay. I was in the room. I asked, who else? Wait, let me see. I was in that live. I asked who else was in the sonogram room. Oh, really? And what she said, did she answer you? Did she answer you? Gypsy revealed the gender when she kept calling the baby she in her pregnancy announcement. Mia faked. Oh yeah, she said that Mia faked it. She does admit that now. That they all knew. She said that because it's coming out. So she said, yeah, that they all knew. The doctor's office really did look plain. It did. And her sister is in nursing school in her last year. So, you know, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of, I don't know. 7 shows she went through all of them. So excuse me. No, she didn't answer. Oh, she didn't answer you? Didn't Gypsy and Nick talk about having a baby? Yes, they did. I heard something that, now I'm trying to think if it was Nick that said that or if it was Gypsy. You had no shower with your first child because, let me have, yeah, I was going, my daughter went through my own shower because it was, oh, I gotcha. Well, some people have them, some people don't. Some people, other people just, they have stuff. It's all, some people don't like it. They're superstitious. Like there's a whole bunch of reasons about showers. Some people have them after the baby's born and all that. I don't know why. I'm trying to think. Didn't she claim to have been pregnant with Nick's baby? You know, I heard that she said that she might have been or something. Do you know, Love Shack Sarah? Did she say that, or that she thought she was, right? But I don't think she ever was. I don't know if that was right after. Was that after the movie incident? She doesn't even talk much about the things she wants for the baby. And you know what? With her saying that, well, if I got married to Ken, see, I think the reason she's not going on that nursery in that corner, I think, when is it going to be that she can get divorced from Ryan? Isn't it 6 months? So it's in October, isn't it? Like October 1st? I think she's going to push for a wedding and a big house. I think that's what she's going to do. Gypsy said she was pregnant and Didi caused her to lose it. Oh. But the feeding tube. Think a divorce, Ruth Ann. Think she can get divorced. Can't believe a word of what she says. Right. Which is also the name rumored Ken and Gypsy picked for this baby. Which is also the name of Kristy's dog. Which is also the name of the town in Missouri. Exactly. Gypsy claims that she had to get her feeding tube out and that surgery caused a miscarriage. So that is why Nick was so violent in the crime. But I don't believe... Oh, got you. So, all manipulation. Correct. Watch that with a more critical eye. I think I will, Sharon, Mommy, Dead, and Dearest. I did and picked up a lot more, including so many lies from Rod and Kristy. Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to do those two things. Mommy, Dead, and Dearest, and I'm going to go through the life after lockup again. Nick's baby was named or something, and Nick still believes it and mourns the death day. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. The divorce is on hold until after the baby's born. Oh, really? Oh, because of the DNA test? Okay. After the DNA test. But, okay. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. If she miscarries, Love Shack Sarah, if she miscarries, then she can get that divorce in October, right? Because there'd be no DNA to have to test, right? Baby that never existed. Yes. You put the divorce on hold because there's a chance that, exactly, he'll be the father. But Tessa, if there is no more baby, right, then she can get married. Now, why maybe Ken won't want to do that, but I did too, and they set up Didi's family. I did too, and they set up Didi's family. You watched Mommy, Dead, and Dearest again, Oliver? Divorce is a year from the date of separation, BB? Louisiana law, if you're married and pregnant, you cannot divorce until after the birth and paternity is established. Gotcha. Ruth Ann says, Gypsy, I think myself is just heavy. Yeah, I don't think she's pregnant, Ruth Ann. She's actually lost weight, it looks like. Sharon says the plea was politically motivated. The contract was signed with HBO for Mommy, Dead, and Dearest before they prepared the plea deal. That was suspect. She is going to have a baby shower later. Okay, let me hear this now. The plea was politically motivated. The contract was signed with HBO for Mommy, Dead, and Dearest before they prepared the plea deal. So in that they with the Munchausens, right? Yeah, so if she miscarries, she can get the divorce, Love Sex, Sarah says. I don't know. She lies so much. How can anyone know? What about hearing of a trust that Gypsy has money in because she was in prison? Who had control of the trust? Well, they said there were several accounts, and they said they were in different names. You're trying to finish up some paperwork and chat. Almost done. Oh my gosh. Okay, BB. If you want to call in, BB, you can just send an email. It's easier to just call in. You don't have to go on camera if you want to, if it's easier. Let's see. Remember when to take half of what is said? Oh yeah, in the documentary and toss it. It's lies. Yeah, I'm Mommy, Dad, and Dearest. Yeah, I think I would like to see it. It's been a pretty good time since I've seen it. I recently watched the movie for the first time, and I'll have to go back and watch the news footage. Oh, you have to go back and watch the interviews. There, I have them on here in full. Go in the Gypsy Rose playlist. Look for Nick Godejohn's interview. I have it in 2 parts. Part 1, Part 2, and then we did Gypsy. We did Nick Godejohn's mother. It's all here, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Once you see those, and then we went through the text messages, it's crazy. I don't know how anybody can think she's innocent and you see all that. How? It's crazy. A heart naming everyone. The town Didi was finished off. Right. All the players working as a team. Publicity. Looks ritualistic. Yeah, crazy. There's your trust account set up in Mia's name even. I heard that, Love Shack Sarah. Definitely watch the videos. Yeah, you'll see them and it's crazy. The clinic told her to come back as the embryo couldn't be seen on a scan. But it was weird that they tried to do it on her pelvic area rather than vaginally, which is what you would normally do when early. Yeah, and even so, they usually, they will do that, but they've also, like, I'm trying to think, when Ethan was 6 weeks, they got him on the abdominal one, and I remember the OBGYN said, oh, that was great that they were able to see him there and get the heartbeat at 6 weeks so early, because yeah, usually they have to use the transvaginal, but I'm trying to think if I had, and then with Luke, I also had one pretty abdominal with Luke, and they were able to get the heartbeat and everything abdominally. So they probably should have been able to see it. If she was 8 weeks, I think they should have been able to see it. She said they couldn't see their baby at 8 weeks. On your tube free. Oh, Mommy, Dad, and Dearest? Yeah. I have it on HBO too, I believe. Then she said some substantial issues. They said she had some substance issues. Who's that? Which one has substance issues? Who does? Hold on, I have to get some more ice. I'm just I'm still here. I can let me see here. Oliver, Gypsy. Who has substance abuse? Gypsy? She does? Like, what kind of substance abuse? What kind does she have? I have to get some more seltzer too. Oh, that's what I'm... Heart's asking what I am. Today Toddy asked, what if the whole thing is a put on and Didi never even existed? Oh, that's crazy. Wait a minute. How could that be? Well, there's horrible crime scene, right? And she did exist. I mean, we saw her. People saw her. I mean, I don't understand that. Was she just being funny? Oh, Nick's mom. Yeah, Nick's mom passed away. I don't know, Oliver. But, yeah, Didi was around. Remember, she did those interviews and everything. I have to laugh when Gypsy was so matter-of-fact about, oh, my baby's on my left side. Oh, my gosh, yes. My baby likes to lie on my left side. I'm like, are you kidding me? Yes, there was something so wacko when she said that. Yeah, good point. And she goes like this. Just as I said, comfortably on my left side. That was such a weird thing. Comfortably on my left side, right? Come on. I swear to you that she's reading this stuff somewhere. It's like what she said about the butterflies. They don't know how to feel, so they look it up, and now she has that what to expect when to expecting. It could have been said in there or on some pregnancy side. I bet you somebody said, my baby likes to lie on my left side. There is my baby comfortably on my left side. You know, I mean, it really, everything is so rehearsed around with that baby, right? Yeah, I'm scared. I'd be very scared to leave that baby. If there really is a baby, I would be very scared to leave that baby with Gypsy. You know, she said something else in one of the videos that I watched about traveling, and she said, I forget, oh, somebody said to her, come to Spain, or I think it was Spain, and she said, I'd love to come to Spain. And then she said, after the baby's born, if I can find a sitter, you see, right away she said, a sitter. She would go to Spain and leave her baby home alone. Now, most new mothers or something, they were like, oh, I don't want to leave my baby. I'll take my baby with me, or I won't go, right? Not Gypsy. First word out of Gypsy is if I can find a sitter. So, yeah, I mean, hold on a minute. I love, BB Diamond talked about some paperwork, and I just realized I got to sign something here. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Let's see. Sharon says, it says, the judge's discretion, if they can legally determine paternity before the child is born, it's fine. I bet Gypsy and Ken have already done a paternity test and know she is stringing Ryan along. Amy says it's a scary situation if she's pregnant. The postpartum is real bad for, oh yeah, the postpartum, exactly. Love Shack, Sarah says, not in Louisiana. The law is clear. If the wife is pregnant, she will not be granted a divorce until the birth and DNA is done. Paternity has to be established first. Okay. Was Gypsy given a more lenient sentence? Oh my gosh, Millie, she took a plea deal and she only served about 8 years. Yeah, Millie. Oh my gosh, crazy. Crazy. Let's see this here. Just gotta sign something over here. I'll be right there. Okay. So, let me see. You see, this is where Ryan really missed his chance. What he should have done when she dumped him was purchase tickets to Spain, gone on a vacation, and rubbed it in her face. Huh. Exactly. Yeah, but he was really, you know what, Love Shack, Sarah? He really loved her. You know what I mean? He was really heartbroken. It's really sad, and I think he was, like he said, if she wasn't pregnant, she would be back with him. And I don't know if he's like hanging on to hope or something, you know? And I feel bad, I do, because, but you know, he's in a situation now where, not saying that it's great, like, because some people could be using him again for whatever kind of fame or something, but, you know, hopefully he would find maybe someone that wouldn't know, like, he existed, except for like seeing him now. That really would be nice, you know what I mean? But he really was, I believe, his tears and stuff and his heartbreak, and I really do think that he was very, very hurt by this, and I feel really bad for him. And you know what, he really would have, I think, treated her nice. I mean, he was always telling her she was enough, she was pretty, she was this, you know, like, he didn't want her to change, you know, whatever. He just, you know, he accepted her the way she was. And he was really happy to be with her. And even though, like, she did, like, really horrible things to him, like dumping him, and then even when they got married, then she was dumping him again. Who knows? They maybe Ken was trying to come back into her life. Maybe Kristy was fooling around again with stuff and making it sound like Ken wanted her again, and so she dumped Ryan. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'd like to see Ken's girlfriend of 5 years come forward. Wouldn't that be nice to talk to her and see what the heck that's all about? What did he tell her? And you know, then everybody on TikTok is doing that. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole, or whatever the hell that is. That's crazy. Panini Press or whatever. Hold on, I have to submit something over here, and I can't find my the app that I need. Let me see what you're saying. She's stringing him along after he said that about Nick. Ryan can pound rocks, and I question his credentials. But after he said what he said about Nick, what did he say about Nick, Love Shack, Sarah? What did he say? I heard Ken say something about Nick. I heard Ken. Did you hear what Ken said about Nick? On that podcast, did you hear what he said? Like, that about him straddling Didi and that, like, he's exactly where he needs to be. And someone was like, well, wait, what about, your wife? Don't you think she was responsible? And he's like, well, she didn't do that. Did you hear what Ken said? Suggested she gets all the men because they have certain fetishes. Well, that is part of the problem. He refuses to look at her role of the crime. Maybe if he did, he would realize what he was dealing with. That was Ken, though. Yeah, I think he dodged a bullet too, Amy. But I don't know. I don't know what he said about Nick. I missed that. What you're saying that Ryan said. Because I only heard Ken saying stuff about Nick. What the heck did? Yeah, I missed that too, Amy, right? Amy said she missed that too. Fill us in, Love Shack, Sarah, because a bunch of us missed that. Fill us in. Really, she claims to have a magical vajayjay. Really? Very publicly? Well, I heard the D is fire and the other D is sunny D because it's hotter than fire. It's hot like the sun, so it's sunny D. She's laughing like a hyena about that. Still think Gypsy would have done the test with Ken. She is impulsive by nature and was very adamant when announcing the pregnancy that it was Ken's. She was 11 weeks. The test is accurate. Wait a second. Are you talking about the little prick of blood to test for the sex? No, that's both of them. They both state they never looked at the evidence or watched the interrogations or looked at the crime scene. Wow. Her word for it? They should watch it. They should. But you know what? I mean, he said Nick deserves to be where he is, serving the sentence because he traveled many states to kill because he wanted to kill. He also stated that Nick manipulated Gypsy. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think maybe in time, Love Shack Sarah, he will watch it and then see. I mean, if I was his mother or something, oh my gosh, I would tell him, you better look at this. Go ahead and look at this. And see what happens. I mean, this is not good. You're lucky that you got out of this. This girl is not okay. This girl is not okay. Thank your lucky stars and moving along. The interrogations were telling. Yeah, the interrogations, come on. You see how much Gypsy lies, manipulates. She thinks she's in the driver's seat, like she tries to take control. Sarah Boone tried to take control of interrogations as well. You see what they do. It's scary. I have so much to learn about this case. Yeah, I mean, well, listen, we watched Life After Lockup. Okay, so some of the things, like if you're new here, okay, let me just tell you some things. If you're a member or a Patreon of our channel, we go into Zooms and we watch things together. We watch like the like Mommy, Dead, and Dearest, and all kind. We've had movies nights and everything. So that's a perk that we do here. So I think I'm going to start a new Zoom, and then go in and watch. Maybe start up Mommy, Dead, and Dearest. I don't know if I'll make it through the whole thing tonight, but we can put it on. Yeah, we have. I mean, it's. Membership is $1.99. We do offer a lot of perks and stuff. So if you're interested and you want to come in and watch with us, you can just come in through the Zoom. And what happens is I post it on the community post that goes to members, and you get a notification, and it tells you, just gives you a number to call in on, or you just hit the Zoom link. That's it. You don't have to be on camera. That's it. So if you want to do that, you know, that's your choice, and we'd love to have you. And it's a good discussion, and we have a lot of fun. So, but what I'm going to do is to start a new Zoom anyway right now because I need to, and then I think we're just going to go to maybe do the Mommy, Dead, and Dearest because that'll be fun, and I think that's still on HBO, isn't it? I believe it still is. Okay, so let me get the new Zoom. Gotta go leave this one and start the new one. Okay, so let me get this. Invite. Copy invitation. Let me go on that. Let me just put this. I don't think I... There we go. Oh, my hair's crazy because I took a crazy bike ride after. I met Tina today. I met Tina. Hi, Tina. For the first time in person. Linda I've met before. I did see her though, and Tina. Tina's lovely, very lovely, just as you would expect. Okay, let me go over here. There we go. Got that. And I'll just do a members post so that if anybody joins the membership or anything, you'd see the post would be visible for you. So I'll just put that there. Where's my put a post up? Create post. Member movie night. I'm coming. Hold on, please. Hold on, Galaxy. 1 second. All channel members. Okay. All right. Let me see. Galaxy is here. Okay. All right, Galaxy is Sharon. Then we go back over here. Like how towards the end she was never abused. Okay, let me see what you're saying. Love Shack's here because you have a lot to share. Hey Millie, thanks for becoming a Deputy Rambler. Yay. Okay, so let me see. Love, she says, I pay every week. I make it work. The point is, Didi had a sick daughter who needed care and wanted to give her everything. And sadly, she couldn't say no without consequences. I believe Gypsy made her life hell towards the end. She never abused her. She didn't convince doctors to do unnecessary things. She was a bit of a helicopter mom, and Gyp resented her. Okay. Have a good camping trip, Oliver. I'm not talking about the NIPT. The paternity test is a blood test at 10 weeks. Oh, really, Sharon? Okay. I chose to honor Didi. No, not for her lying to charities and resources. She shouldn't have done that. But as a single mom, I get why she did that. By the way, I am homeless with my kids living in a motel. I work. Oh, I'm sorry, Love Shuck Sarah. No, that's hard. Gypsy never had a trial. Nick's trial is on. Yes, I know, right? I know. She testified at Nick's trial. Has anyone realized how fake that doctor's office looks? Oh, yeah, absolutely, I do. People were thinking maybe it was like a waxing room, but you know what? But here's the thing. Her sister is studying nursing, and so are a bunch of her friends. It is any way that they could, and they have rooms like that in colleges, nursing schools. So could that have been something? Could that nurse have been someone that was helping them with this? I don't know. You never felt sorry for this goblin. From the moment I saw her this case, I knew she was evil. 3:30 where I'm at, Michigan. Okay, you're in Michigan? Oh, so Sharon. Okay, Alicia.
Yeah.
Have a good night, hon. See you tomorrow. Hi, XO.
Where are you at in Michigan?
Alicia, where are you in Michigan? Where are you in Michigan? Okay, Millie, Hi, XO. Then I watched the interrogation. Yeah. It was crazy, right? But not for Nick. People need to pay attention to her testimony at that trial. Was not for Nick. I'd love to have you come on sometime, Love Shack Sarah, and talk, because you know a lot about this, and it would be nice to hear you instead of just having to read you. Would you ever come on the panel?
I don't bite.
But she was the defense witness. No, Saul's that. Saul knows a lot too, I guess.
So Gypsy never had a trial, she just did a plea deal?
Yep.
Okay, that explains a lot.
I wonder if she would. Wish she would.
She got a heck of a deal, actually.
Oh yeah, my gosh.
Yeah.
She got away with murder just about.
Yeah.
8 years for murder, you know, I mean, forget it. If all of that had come out, she would be away for life.
Yeah.
Automatically reveals the gender because it examines each part of the chromosomes. If you can tick a box to have Redacted if you don't want to know. Hey. Maybe next week. Okay, Love Shucks Hair, that'll be great. If you listen to her testimony in Nick's trial, she says, I never thought I could on my own. You think she helped? I'll have to listen to that. I want to listen to her testimony again. Not really a defense witness. Love Shucks Hair said, hi, Heart Made Wise.
Hi. Hi, Heart.
In this case. Yeah. We're going to, let me see. Real quick before we go, I've got to do the daily. I didn't do the daily list. We kind of do this to wind down. Just do the daily puzzle. Keeps our, gets us a little bit out of this thing. But being that we're going to go in and watch that thing. So, Millie, I don't know if you wanted to come to the movie. Can you see the member post if you want to come? Because I don't know, you joined right after I did that, so I just want to make sure if you want to go that you can see it.
How long is the movie?
Paternity test. Oh, I don't know. I think it's a series of parts. It might be a series of parts.
Well,
or it might
I've
be a
watched
movie.
some of them, haven't I? Yeah.
No, yeah, well, that's Life After Lockup, but we're going to look at the HBO one again.
I
The
know,
Month
but
Family.
I don't know if I'll last, but I'll
Well,
be
I might
back.
not either, but
Yeah.
let's see. We'll see.
Tired.
Okay. There were hundreds of pieces of evidence suppressed from Nick's because of her plea deal. That sucks.
Oh.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh.
That sucks. Uh-oh, what happened?
I think Heart fell off. Yeah. Heart fell off.
Heart fell off.
Yeah, she'll be back. It happens.
Cocaine. Hey, Kevin. Wait, it didn't work, or did I not do that right? You would do that, Kevin. She never stopped talking to Ken. She even called him the day before the wedding. So that 2 weeks before the wedding that she said. And he said, wait, but he didn't say for me. If he had only said for me. Right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah, it's crazy. Kevin. Come on, Kevin. Sharon, the blood screening she had done for genetic tests and can detect gender. It does not define paternity. Oceanic. Oh, that's a little bit more like it. That's much better. Okay. Thank you, Phil. She would need an amniocentesis to establish paternity in utero. Okay. Canoe. Okay, very good. Canoe. Okay. Now I need. Yeah, ice, but we have no 3-letter words. Ruth Ann. Oh, wait a minute. Acne. And let's see. I 1,000% agree that Gypsy was an abuser in the end. Didi may have been malingering for profit, which was wrong, of course, and she went way too far, but deliberate cruelty? No. Oh, Ken's reason to dump her is as stupid as it's not you, it's me. Exactly. Exactly, Love Shack, Sarah. Yeah. Yeah, and I want you to wait, but not for me. What is wrong with him? I don't understand. Yeah, well, I know what he is. He's there for the money. That's all he's there
Oh,
for.
100%. Absolutely.
Not. It can't be because we're past the A's, heart made wise. Coin, yeah. And then we need one more with a C. Let's see. Wasn't it? Once. Yep, that's it. No, we just need one more here. This one. Yeah, I know, Ruth Ann, right? It's all right. We usually play it every night to wind down the daily at least. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't played it in a while. He's a doofus. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Well, Hart probably got down to play the game. All right, thanks for helping with that, everybody. That's we got the daily done, so we didn't get it done yesterday. Okay, but I'm going to close this up. Thanks. It was really very nice. Thank you for coming, Love Shack, Sarah, and all of you that came for the first time. Soul Souffle and Ruth Ann, thanks for coming in. Sharing, Tessa. It was very informative. You have a lot of information. I'd like you to come on panel sometime, maybe, and talk to us. I really like that. And thank you, everybody else that was here. You always make it a great night. And we'll see you tomorrow. See what tomorrow brings with Gypsy, right? Always something. Gift that keeps on giving. She's not really a gift. It's a nightmare. All right, everybody, take care. God bless. Prayers. Love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I know you, BB Diamond. Thank you, everybody coming in. See you. And then everybody that's here. Talk to you later. Amy, thank you. Okay.
Come on, Zoom.